We are so excited to welcome you to the Salisbury Playhouse in May and June to see this production of Romeo and Juliet. But before you come, we have put together a little insight video for you to hear from some of the creative team.
A festival is a really special moment in the year. It's a moment where an audience has an appetite for boldness, for adventure, for something a little bit different. So it's an opportunity for us to think on quite a big canvas and to create an event that the whole community can get involved with and can get engaged with. The attraction of Romeo and Juliet, obviously there are some really important themes that we wanted to explore, but it's a title and it's a story that resonates across different generations and that everybody knows. So it felt like the right title to get everybody behind and get everybody involved in. The central theme of the play that connects in this moment, sadly, is when you look around the world and look at the number of young people who are caught up in wars, in conflicts that started long before they were born, before their parents were born, often before their grandparents were born. And Romeo and Juliet is the archetypal story. It's about ancient grudge brought to new mutiny. These two young people are caught up in a feud that started before they were born, and they're not able to transcend it, that they get caught up in it and their lives are dictated by these patterns that were already in place. So I think that theme resonates incredibly strongly now. What's really exciting about this production is the number of young people who are going to be involved in the creation of the project. So for people who come and see the performance, there will be a lot of young people performing. Our Stage 65 Youth Theatre are performing, nearly 80 young people performing in 3 teams. And obviously they are a huge part of the rehearsal process and the creation of the ideas within the scenes. But young people's involvement resonates out beyond just the performance opportunities. We've been working very closely with our team of young ambassadors who have been shaping the experience of the production for an audience. So thinking about the marketing images, the image that you will have seen has been created with our young ambassadors, working with our comms team and our graphic designers to create something that will be attractive and resonate with younger audiences. But then also thinking about, if those younger audiences do come, what will their experience be when they enter the building, thinking about who is greeting them, thinking about the whole texture and feel of the evening's experience. So I think it's a production that, because the themes are very much about young people fighting against a system and patterns of behaviour that work against them, it's really important that young people have strong points of access into the production, which hopefully we've been able to achieve. So 2026 is the 50th anniversary of the opening of the Playhouse building, and so we wanted to make sure that the Playhouse building itself was a central character within the telling of this story. So in our reimagined version, the Playhouse building in its entirety is the Capulet mansion, and the audience is going to be invited to come into the mansion as if they were coming to the Capulet ball, which is being held to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the Capulet mansion, and the whole of the inside of the building will be transformed to reflect the Capulet world. And what the audience will be doing is moving around the building and outside of the building into different spaces, and that's what we mean by promenade, so that different scenes happen in different locations and the audience will move between these different locations. The journeys themselves will be part of the story, and that's really, really important as well. So things will be happening on the journeys. And it means that it creates a very immersive experience where you are literally in the spaces that are the locations of the play. So it's a really exciting way of telling this story, a very engaging and interactive, immersive experience.
My role as Associate Director is to help Gareth, our Director, bring his vision to life. So I communicate with all the different departments, and I mainly work with our youth theatre and our adult company. With these two companies, I will co-lead sessions and help create and direct scenes that they are part of. With the professionals, when the cast arrive, I will be working through scenes and focusing more on the text, as well as revisiting scenes with them as part of their rehearsal process. In 2023, when we did our version of The Tempest, the adult community cast and the young company were all one character. They all played the character of Ariel. So they're working together to create the spirit of the island. However, in this production, in Romeo and Juliet, they're very, very separate. As we go through the rehearsal process and those two companies come together, we're going to see the two age ranges really have an effect on the story. So the young people playing the rival gangs of Montague and Capulets, and the adult company playing household staff, guests of the Capulet coming to the ball, and how that natural tension of age could be seen in a performance process. The production starts with a big fight between the Montagues and the Capulets, and our young people have been working with a fight director, parkour specialist and a choreographer to bring that fight to life, helping them find their role within the world that we are building. This fight is going to take place in a car park, so we're using found objects and things you might see in and around the car park to create that urban feel. So we've been doing lots of different layers and groundwork to build up this really big epic scene. It's very much a production you'll see in 2026 rather than an Elizabethan version of Romeo and Juliet. There are 75 young people working on this production in 3 teams. And we are layering up their skills, building their confidence. So by the time you see it, you see this really epic fight scene between these two rival gangs, and they've built that tension between them. We need them to be part of this to create that epic world that you're coming to see. The last layer will be adding in the professional cast, and it will all knit together, so this opening fight scene will be something really epic to watch. You will wear headphones when watching the show, which will make it feel very different and exciting. And there are 2 key creative members who will make this happen. Alex Heen, our musical director and composer.
You get the idea. So Clash of Worlds, 2 things meeting. And yeah, the main idea is how can love break down these oppressive barriers that the society has put on it. Can love cause the anarchy to come through and disrupt the system, basically? Sometimes singing ayo, Johnny, let's go, and it goes, I bring my hands up in the air. Sometimes singing ayo, baby, let's go.
And Mike Beer, our sound designer.
I'm Mike Beer, and I'm sometimes known as sound designer. My role for this production as sound designer is probably more of a technical role, where my responsibility is to make sure that all the equipment that we hire in for this production is built in a way that we can move it around in a very economical way. The director and the MD will create the music, and then we will add the voices over the top of that. And it's my responsibility to make sure that you can hear everything well and clearly, no matter where you are in the environment, be it inside, outside, wherever that is.
The design is just as important as the vast cast and spaces we're using. So working really closely with Zoe is absolutely paramount to this production. Let's hear more from her to get some more detail on the design process.
So we're going to bring Romeo and Juliet to life with Salisbury Playhouse in a sort of different way than you might expect. So our audience are going to journey around the locations and sort of go to places in the venue that they haven't been before. I think every area and every group of people I've tried to find inspiration that means something to them. So for example, with our Capulet and Montague youths, they are rooted in they're thrusted into the situation, into a world that they fit but they don't fit, and so we've lent a little bit more into kind of urban 80s street vibe and kind of Eastern Bloc sort of communities and stuff for them. I think what makes this production really exciting is we're trying to put our audience more at the heart of the journey. Lots of people have seen versions of Romeo and Juliet on the stage where it's well acted and you can kind of see the loves and the kind of all the tension between it, the tragedy. But you're seeing elements of the show and elements of the kind of characters that you maybe don't see before. Adventurous, exciting, oh, this isn't 3 words, but unexpected surprises around the corner.
We hope you've really enjoyed watching this video and it's given you a little bit more context of the show that you're coming to see. We hope that we've done a really, really good job in lifting Shakespeare's words off the page and into this new, exciting production. We really can't wait to hear what you think about it.